Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
I think there is some problem for integral equation assignment. Some of the students tell me that there is some symbols are missing. First, we'll discuss that, and you should write down what are the corrections. Since I will, if I share it once again, the same symbols will be missing. Okay. First, what you do, you have to solve the second assignment. No, so you skip first, second, third question. You start to solve from the fourth one, right? Actually, I also don't know. I don't have a book, so I cannot verify which what are the symbols. Okay, so firstly, you solve these questions. Getting me?
Yes, ma'am.
Hello. Okay, try to solve these questions first, and then later on, if I go to university on Monday, so I will check what are the correct symbol. So here it may be 0 to 2 pi. This 0 is here from the symbol. But
Yes,
still,
ma'am.
it is. So that's why I will go into university, or in another way, I can give you another assignment which is available with me. Let me show you. Okay, are you able to see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this assignment I will give you for the second one. Since all the symbols are clearly visible here, you have to solve from the last assignment which I have given you. And from here, you have to solve all the questions, problems on Green's function, Hilbert space. Fine? Okay, I will share it shortly, and then you have to solve this and
मैम
submit the assignment.
पहले पहले में जो फोर्थ क्वेश्चन है वो इसमें इंक्लूड करना है क्या?
पहले वाले में फोर्थ क्वेश्चन है ना, फोर्थ क्वेश्चन के क्वेश्चंस में कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, वहाँ पे
हाँ.
कोई सिंबल प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, राइट?
यस मैम.
So that questions you have to include here also.
ओके मैम. ओके मैम.
माझ्याकडे बुक नाही आहे, त्यामुळे मला पण थोडा प्रश्नच आहे, कारण काल मी बघितले, थोडा डाऊटफुलच आहे. काही एक्झाम्पल्समध्ये मला पण कळेना की सिम्बॉल कुठे गेले. सो विल डू वन अनदर अल्टरनेटिव्ह. आय हॅव दिस वन. Solve this one, and then later on we'll see. If I go to university, I will check what are the corrections. Up to then, I will share this one and you have to solve. Okay, so as discussed, we are going to discuss the numerical analysis. Okay. Actually, there is no need to revision for the numerical analysis. Is the screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What we have seen in this is starting with the root of equation, and then we have seen what is error, and in that firstly we have seen what is exact number, what is approximate number, significant digits, right? Rounding off of a number, right? What is rounding off of a number? If you want to round up a number, so what you have to do, if the number after that, suppose if you want to round off up to five significant digit, so sixth number, whatever you have, sixth significant digit, you have to check that one. If it is greater than five, you have to add one more in the previous number. If it is less than five, you have to keep it as it is. These are what the definitions of error. What is actually an error? It is difference between the true value and whatever the given values. Okay, and absolute error means it will give you the positive value of error. Okay, here the value of error is difference between these true value minus the given approximate value. And relative error means what? You have to relate it with the original value. So you can have absolute error divided by the true value. Okay, percentage error means what? You have to just multiply by 100. Okay, these are the examples which we have solved on the error, absolute error, relative error. So there might be possibility of having many MCQ questions on the these absolute error, percentage error. It may be having the formula also. Intermediate value. This theorem many times we have seen, right? What is a bisection method? In the bisection method, first we apply the intermediate value theorem. Then we have chosen the interval. We have to reduce the interval as you are going to reduce the size of an interval. This is what A naught B naught, and later on we have converted to A1 B1 and so on. So why it is called bisection? Because we are using this consideration. X2 is equal to A1 plus B1 divided by 2 in every step. So here we are just bisecting your given interval. So hence it's called a bisection method. Okay, many more examples of the bisection method you can go. The next we have seen the method is method of false position, or we can call it is regular false method. Okay, in this method what we have done, we have simply used uh, this regular false method. Here we have used the slope point formula. Slope is fp minus fa divided by b minus a, just like y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. Okay, the geometric interpretation also we have seen how to find out this one. And you have to remember, if you want to, you have to remember the formula if you want to solve the example by using the regular false method. Why it is called false position? Because initially we are going to select the false position of a root, and then later on by increasing the number of iteration, you come to the exact root of equation. And this is what the Newton-Raphson method. In this, we have seen the two different way. First derivation through graphical representation, another derivation through the Taylor series formula. You have to remember this formula also if you want to solve the examples by using the Newton-Raphson method. Okay. Then many more examples are there, and some of those formulas we have constructed. Okay, these formulas also we have constructed, like how to find out the reciprocal of a number. If 19 is there, we have solved the example for 19. What is the reciprocal of 19? That we have solved. You can see here. What is a formula? Newton-Raphson formula for reciprocal. Then Newton-Raphson formula for the root. For root 2 we have solved. This is the formula. Next, what is the formula for x is equal to 1 upon root n? It is reciprocal as well as square root. Then we have seen the secant method. In the secant method, we have considered only linear equation, and then we have found the values of a0, a1 with the help of a consideration that xn and xn minus 1 are the two successive roots. Since as we solve the example, we come to know that whenever you come to reach suppose you have gone through the 7 iteration, so the value of x7 and x6 are very, very nearer. So that's why we have considered x and xn minus 1. And this is what the formula for the uh, secant method. And then afterwards, we have gone for the rate of convergence. In that, first we have seen what is the definition of the rate of convergence. And then we have seen one theorem that all the roots are converging to root zeta. Right? Just like the examples we have solved, x0, x1, x2 up to so on xn. As you go on increasing the number of iteration, you are going to reach to your exact root of your equation. So in this for theorem, it shows that whatever the roots are there, it is converging to your zeta. So this difference between these two are tending to 0 as n tends to infinity. As n tends to infinity means what? Whatever the number of iterations, if you are increasing the number of iteration, the difference between the exact root and the approximate root is going to be 0. And we have seen what is a convergence of Newton. You have to just use a formula and then find out what is a relation, and then you can get this second order of quadratic convergence. Then we have seen what is secant method. That means what is the value of p for the secant method we have seen is we say it is superlinear since it is lying in between linear and quadratic. If it is 1, then we can say the linear convergence is linear. If it is 2, it is quadratic convergence, but it lies in between these two, so hence we call it is superlinear convergence. Then we have seen general error formula. We solve the examples on general error formula. Okay, instead of going for the errors by using numbers itself, we have gone for the functions, a function of n variable. Okay, a function of n variable we have taken, and then we have found the value of a error. Then we have seen what is a error in the series. Okay, then the definition of inherent error, that is the error which already present. Just like the example of पाय मध्ये जे तुम्ही कुठलाही एक्झाम्पल पाय घेऊन सॉल्व्ह केला, सपोज इफ यू वॉन्ट टू फाइंड आउट द एरिया ऑफ अ सर्कल, so you cannot take the exact value of pi, it is never ending. So the error is already present in the value of a area, so you cannot eliminate that. Truncation error means what? The error which we are going to add so that we can get the exact value. So here you can go for the example of a truncation error. Here you can add the value so that we can get the exact value which we are going to generate or we are seeking to generate. The next chapter we have seen is interpolation. The name itself suggests that we are going to find out the values of the intermediate number. That means suppose we are provided with set of n values. So if you want to find out the corresponding value phi in between x0 and x1, that is called a interpolation. Then first one we have seen a Lagrange's interpolation. In that the very important part is values of x are unequally distributed. So it is very easy to go with the Lagrange's interpolation since we no need to check whether values of x are equally distributed or not. This is what the formula, and this is what the general formula for the Lagrange's interpolation. And the examples, many more example you can go. Then we have seen the formula for inverse interpolation. What is a change for inverse interpolation is simply wherever you have x, you have to replace it by y. right? So initially we were finding the value of y, but here we will find out the value of x. So this is what the formula for the inverse interpolation. Then we have seen the formulas for our forward difference, backward difference. Okay. All the formulas are same, but the symbols are different. You can see here finite differences. Here you can see y1 minus y0. The same is the thing for the backward y1 minus y0. But what is the change? Here it is delta y0, but there it is backward difference y1. Why it is called forward? Because we are going to subtract from the next value y1 minus y0. आणि तिथे काय असणार आहे del y1. You can see here the formula for the backward difference. y1 minus y0 is same, but the change is what? Del y1. इथे काय होता? Delta y0. So these are what the formulas. You have to prepare the table if you want to solve the example by this one. These are the central difference operator. So what is the formula for central difference operator? yn minus half is equal to yn minus yn minus 1. You can prepare the table. And you can have written here what is the change. The value of y1 minus y0 is same, but what is the change here? This is forward difference, this is backward difference, this is the central difference. For the symbols and many more symbolic relations we have solved, you can go for the many more symbolic relations which are available in your the recommended book numerical analysis. Then next is Newton's formula for interpolation. But what is a condition for Newton's formula for interpolation? Here the values of x should be equally distributed. Then only we can use this formula. And this is what the formula for forward difference. And you must remember this one. What is the formula for P? That means x minus x naught divided by h for the Newton's forward difference interpolation. And for backward difference, what is the formula for P? X minus xn divided by h. Okay, so you must remember these formulas for so you can see the note. Newton's forward difference interpolation is useful for the interpolation near the beginning. Okay, तुम्हाला जर beginning value मध्ये काहीतरी का find out करायचे. Suppose here if you want to find out the corresponding value of y for x equal to minus 1, you can use this forward difference formula. And if you want to find out the formula for that is value of y for suppose x equal to 10, so you can use the Newton's backward difference interpolation. These are what the examples which we have solved for the forward and backward one. If you have a doubt, you can ask at any time. Then we have seen the divided difference. So it is just like our derivative. Okay, derivative is a definition पण असेच असते ना. But what is the change in the derivative? Here we are saying limit as x plus 1 or we can say limit as h tends to 0. So this is what the formula for divided difference, and this is the Newton's general interpolation formula. These are first divided difference, second divided difference. You must write down this formula if you want to solve this example. Okay, have a practice for this divided difference. Okay, next we have gone for the fourth chapter, numerical integration. Okay, numerical integration and the solutions of ordinary differential equation. Okay, numerical integration means what? Whatever the things we have seen in the real analysis, if you want to find out the integration, it means it is finding the area under the curve. Here also we have gone for the same thing. So actually we use for integration formula to go for the general integration. Okay, numerical integration, general numerical integration formula. So here by putting the value of n, you can go for the specific one. For n equal to 1, we can have the trapezoidal rule. I shown you how the trapezoidal rule was geometrically. So whatever the area you are getting under the curve, you have to divide it in the form of a trapezium and find out the area of each trapezium, add them, and you will get the area under the curve. In the Simpson one-third rule, I don't know how many of you have done the homework. I have told you to go for the geometric interpretation of these two methods. Many more example you can solve. Then we have gone for the numerical differentiation. In that there are two methods. Either you can go Euler's or Euler modified method or the Taylor series method. Euler's method मध्ये काय falls, where you can have the value of this f of xy we have substituted as some constant number. So that's why Euler itself has modified its formula by considering the Euler's modified method. What we have done in the Euler's modified method, we have simply used our trapezoidal rule. Okay, by using the trapezoidal rule for this integration of f of xy, we found the Euler's modified method. All the examples by using Euler's modified method from your recommended books. Next we have solution by Taylor series. So simply you have to use a Taylor series, substitute the value, find out the value of y, y dash, y double dash, y triple dash, and then you can solve it. The next topic, that is third topic, is numerical solution of system of linear equation and eigenvalues. Okay, many methods we have seen here. The first one is Gauss elimination method. This is very easy. Depends on this a11. Actually, this value of a11 should not be 0. Okay, while solving the examples by using Gauss elimination method. So PA method. Okay, what are the two different parts of this method is, first you have to eliminate the unknowns and then do the back substitutions. For that what we have to do is, firstly we have to arrange the terms in such a way that you can get the result as like this. Okay. In the first equation, you have to keep the coefficient of x1. From the next equation, you have to remove the coefficient of x1. So that with the help of this a11, multiply करून subtract करायचं. ते येते आपल्याला, right? Next, what we have to do, we have to again remove x2 from the next equations. In this way, you have to repeat the procedure so that you can get the system of equations like this. First equation मध्ये सगळे variables असणार आहे, x1, x2, x3 up to xn. The second x1 is removed, third मध्ये x1, x2 दोन्ही remove करणार आहे. So in the last one, we are remaining with only xn. So from here directly we are getting the value of xn. So put back in the another equation, so you can get the value of xn minus 1. Again putting, you can get xn, xn minus 1, xn minus 2. So putting back substitution, you can get the result. Okay. After that we have seen LU decomposition. In the LU decomposition, we have to reduce the matrix in the form of lower and upper triangular. Lower triangular to be unit lower triangular. The interest in the main diagonal should be 1, and this is what U. You have to write the matrix. What is the value of this? याच्या जागी LU पुटअप केलं तिथे. AX is equal to B. From the equation 2, we have substituted the value of AX into x is equal to y. So first you have to find out the value of y. Again, that substitution in the equation 4, into x is equal to y. Here you are getting the value of y. So just substitute that and you will get the value of x. Okay. The LU decomposition after that, the Hausdorff method and power method. Okay. Actually, I don't have the notes of Hausdorff method and last chapters, so you have to study this from your uh, recommended book. Okay, the last chapter, the third unit, in that LU decomposition is easy. Gauss elimination also we have taken. Gauss Seidel is available on your recommended book. I have written the page number also here. Eigenvalue problem, that is Hausdorff method and symmetric pi-diagonal and power method. Power method is also easy. First you have to assume that eigen vector is 1, 1, 1. Then you have to find out the correct value of a eigenvector. At least you have to repeat the. At least you have to have a iteration of 5 to 6 iteration you have to perform. And if you want to cross check, first you have to find out the value of a eigen value. That means power method largest eigenvalue जे काही असेल तुम्हाला directly मिळणार आहे तिथे. Okay. Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, I will integral equation notes. Sorry, integral equation assignment. So you have to solve that one. Since I also don't know what are the symbols, I don't. If you have a doubt, you can ask.
Hello, ma'am.
बोला.
Ma'am, एक example था delta square upon E into x square. ते कसं सॉल्व करायचं कळेना मॅम ते मेथड.
Delta raised to
डेल्टा स्क्वेअर अपॉन ई इंटू एक्स स्क्वेअर.
जस्ट डेल्टाची व्हॅल्यू पुटअप करायची ना तिथे. डेल्टाचा फॉर्म्युला आहे, ईचा फॉर्म्युला आहे तुमच्याकडे.
म्हणजे ई स्क्वेअर प्लस मायनस 2e प्लस 1 असं काहीतरी फॉर्म्युला आहे ते पुटअप करायचं मॅम तिथं.
हां.
ओके मॅम.
Many more examples are available in your recommended book. Solved example पण आहेत तिथे. किंवा तुम्ही ऑनलाईन सर्च केला तर तिथे पण भेटून जाईल. But simply if you put the formula, you can get the answer.
ओके मॅम.
हॅलो मॅम.
Yes.
हॅलो.
हा,
ते
बोला.
डिकम्पोजचं मॅट्रिक्स आहे ना, LU डिकम्पोजिशन करायचं असाइनमेंट मधलं. मग ते इक्वेशन्सने आपण करत होतो ना, म्हणजे इक्वेशन्स देणार, मग आपण ते मॅट्रिक्स फॉर्म मध्ये लिहित होतो, मग अननोन्स काढत होतो, L1 L2 L3 U1 U2 U3. मग ह्या डायरेक्ट मॅट्रिक्स दिले, मग ते कसं करायचं आपण? x1 x2 x3
ते मॅट्रिक्स आहे ना ए, त्याला LUच्या फॉर्म मध्ये कन्वर्ट करा ना. तुम्हाला इक्वेशन दिले तरी पण तेच करणार होतो ना आपण. मॅट्रिक्सच्या फॉर्म मध्येच लिहितो ना इक्वेशन.
मग आता म्हणजे 5 - 2 1 7 ते लिहून मग x1 x2 x3 करून मग पुन्हा जसं आपण प्रोसिजर करायचं. थँक्यू मॅम. आणि मॅम ते रिकमेंडेड बुक तुम्ही जे शेअर केलंय ना ते ह्याला गुगल क्लास, त्यात खूप सारे पेजेस हे हिडन आहेत. म्हणजे
ते ऍक्च्युली जे ज्यांची बुक असते ते ऑथराइज असतात ना, त्यांच्याकडे काही पेजेस नसतात. तर त्यामुळे माझ्याकडे पण नोट्स नाही, त्यामुळे मी सांगते ना, जेवढं अवेलेबल आहे तुमच्याकडे मटेरियल त्याचं यूज करा. किंवा मी आता कधी जाणार आहे युनिव्हर्सिटीला मला पण माहित नाही. बंदच आहे ना, तिथे अलाउड नाहीये. त्यामुळे मला पण प्रॉब्लेम नाही तिथे जायला. सो जेवढं मटेरियल तुमच्याकडे अवेलेबल आहे, त्याचा युटिलाइज करा किंवा तुम्हाला काहीतरी दुसरे नोट्स वगैरे भेटतील तुमच्या सीनियरकडून, ते पण घेऊ शकता तुम्ही.
बरं मॅम, थँक्यू.
हॅलो मॅम.
येस.
ते आपण जेव्हा ते L21 L31 चे व्हॅल्यूज काढतो ते परत त्या मॅट्रिक्समध्ये सबस्टिट्यूट करायचे का?
हां, ते A इज इक्वल टू LUचं फॉर्मॅट लिहितो. A इज इक्वल टू L इंटू U लिहितो ना आपण. Have you understood the method? What you have to do first, you have to find out the way in such a way that we have to find out L and U. त्याच्यासाठी आपल्याला first we have to solve this LUX. Okay, UX is equal to Y. You have to substitute. First, find out the values of Y1, Y2, Y3, and then do the back substitution so that you can get the value of X1, X2, and X3. Right? First, go through the method in detail, then you can understand what is the method. लिहून घेतला होता का मी जेव्हा सॉल्व करून दिलं होतं?
येस मॅम.
हो मॅम.
काय डाऊट आहे मग?
मॅम तेच मॅट्रिक्समध्ये आपण जेव्हा लिहितो म्हणजे आपल्याला आता मॅट्रिक्स दिलंय ना ए मॅट्रिक्स.
हां.
ते मॅट्रिक्स दिल्यानंतर A इज इक्वल टू LU आपण पहिल्यांदा फर्स्ट स्टेप करतो.
हां, ते लिहितो
मग
डायरेक्टली आपल्याला एल आणि यू चे व्हॅल्यूज मिळत नाही ना तिकडे. तुम्हाला ते फॉर्म्युले यूज करावं लागेल. मी तुम्हाला एक्झाम्पल सॉल्व करताना पण सांगितले होते. हे 9 फॉर्म्युले तुम्हाला बाय हार्ट पाहिजे.
येस मॅम.
लिहिलं
ते मल्टिप्लिकेशन केल्यावर
फॉर्म्युलाज.
पण येतं ना? मॅट्रिक्सचे मल्टिप्लिकेशन केल्यावर.
मॅट्रिक्सचं?
मॅट्रिक्स आपण मल्टिप्लिकेशन करतो ना L इंटू यू नंतर कोएफिशियंट्स इक्वेट करतो त्याचे.
एक काम करा तुम्ही, एल आणि यू एवढंच करायचं. डिकम्पोज म्हणजे तुम्हाला फक्त मॅट्रिक्स यू एल इंटू यू या फॉर्मॅटमध्ये ठेवायचं तिथे.
हॅलो मॅम.
मल्टिप्लाय करू.
हॅलो.
हां.
आता ते दिलेलं मॅट्रिक्स आहे, ते दिलेल्या मॅट्रिक्सला X1, X2, X3 3 अननोन्समध्ये लिहायचं ना. मग ते मॅट्रिक्स इज इक्वल टू L1 1 0 0 L2 1 1 0 L3 1 L3 2 1 ते सगळं लिहून घ्यायचं मग आधी. मग U11 L21 ते सगळे व्हॅल्यूज काढायच्या जे 9 आहेत ते. मग इथं जर अननोन काढतो ना आपण पुढे X1, X2, X3 मध्ये जे अननोन्स काढतो ना, मग इथं अननोन नाही आहेत ना, फक्त मॅट्रिक्सच दिले ना. मग ह्याच्यात काय करायचं? फक्त ते व्हॅल्यूज काढून ठेवायचे.
हां, तेच म्हणते ना मी. A इज इक्वल टू LU या फॉर्मॅटमध्ये ठेवा. तुम्हाला जे काही LI चे व्हॅल्यूज भेटलेत ना, LIJ, UIJ
हां. ते
भेटलेत
जे
का
LI
LIJ,
आणि
UIJ?
ते फक्त त्या मॅट्रिक्स फॉर्म मध्ये लिहून ठेवायचं एवढंच ना.
A इज इक्वल टू L इंटू यू. L मध्ये काय लिहिणार तुम्ही? जे काही LIJ चे व्हॅल्यूज आहेत. डायगोनल मध्ये 1 1 असणार आहे आणि यू मध्ये UIJ चे व्हॅल्यूज लिहिणार. म्हणजे तुम्हाला मॅट्रिक्स A ला डिकम्पोज करून लिहायचं. डिकम्पोजचं मीनिंग कळतंय का? तुम्हाला फक्त मॅट्रिक्स A ला 2 डिफरंट मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये लिहायचे.
मॅट्रिक्स मध्ये लिहायचंय. हां,
हम्म.
कळालं.
एनी अदर डाऊट?
मॅम एक डाऊट होतं असाइनमेंटमध्ये. न्यूमेरिकलच्या असाइनमेंटमध्ये असाइनमेंट 7 जे आहे त्याच्यामध्ये सिम्पसन्स 1/3 रूलनी सॉल्व करायला सांगितलंय रूट ऑफ साइन एक्स. तर त्यामध्ये लिमिट 0 टू π/2 आहे आणि h पण π/2च आहे.
अच्छा.
तर
एक काम करा, ते
नक्की काय?
एक्झाम्पल स्किप करा. कारण की माझ्याकडे आता सध्या मी कुठून घेतले होते
मॅम
एक्झाम्पल ते
h व्हॅल्यू होती π/12.
π/12 आहे का?
येस मॅम.
π/12 असेल तर करू शकतो ना आपण. काय प्रॉब्लेम आहे त्याला?
Ma'am, in assignment there is 2.
Okay. So you do one thing. You have to write it. You have to solve it by pi by 12. Fine.
ओके मैम.
Okay. If you don't have a doubt, you can leave the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.